Conflict. Earlier today, I was thinking a lot about how I am as a human being, how I may operate as a human being, where my habits may stem from. And granted, I think about that shit every day. I do. I think about that shit every day. Like, why am I the way that I am? And I'm happy with who I am. Don't take that in any type of way. Like, I'm very okay with who I am. But I do think a lot, and I think everybody should. I think a lot about like how I operate, and then I think about what led to these key factors within myself. And so I thought about conflict, like ultimately a lot. That word, really, that meaning, or what I put into that meaning of that word, basically. I feel like I know a lot of people who thrive off conflict. Like they love that shit. They have a thirst for it, almost like I don't want to say it's in their blood, but it feels like it. They just love conflict. I'm not saying that in a condescending way, like to throw shots at anybody that I might know in my life who might watch this video. I'm not saying I just know a lot of people who love conflict. Like you see me, I'm the complete opposite. I will not. At least I like to think so. I mean, people in my life might completely disagree. They might be like, "You're a very conflict heavy. You're a very conflict heavy person." I don't. I don't think that I engage in conflict too much, and I feel like people around me in my circle could vouch and say the same thing. It's just not never been my type of energy. You know, when I was coming up, I had a lot of environments, and I had a lot of circumstances thrown at me that placed me in a very easy an easy predicament to face conflict a lot. Growing up in the neighborhood I came from, to the schools I went to the friends I had, to just the predicaments I was in. I mean, I could go deeper. In life, you get humbled without a shadow of a doubt. You get humbled and you get brought back to earth. And through that humbleness, you kind of get a sense of like education. Stuff starts to align, stuff starts to make sense. And, through my experience with that, in terms of I can relate that to conflict, just being through so many conflicts when I was younger, I kind of had a sense where I was like, I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't want to be in that energy anymore. I just want to remove myself entirely. It's like, I'd rather walk away from the conflict than engage in it. If I'm having a potential argument or it's leading, or I'm having a conversation that's leading into an argument with somebody, I feel like anybody can vouch for me. I'm the type of person to just like walk away. Dead ass. Like, I'll just try and denounce the whole thing. I'm not denounce it in the sense that I'm not gonna like. We can talk about it like adults. We can talk about it rationally, but I'm not gonna start screaming and shouting. Fist fighting. Like, that's just never been my aura. That's never been my energy. That's never what I wanted to convey. It's never what I wanted to be on. So like I'd rather just walk away. That's what I mean. It's so weird because I started reflecting on myself and my overall energy, and maybe in a sense that I started to think like, well, maybe I need to be more assertive in what I feel and what I mean, like stand on my ground. And I thought about myself and my energy, and I was like, that's never really been me. Like I could stand up for myself. Don't get me wrong, but it would be conveyed politely. It would be conveyed with a level of respect almost. Like I would get to the point I would say what I need to say, but I would do it with a manner of I need to respect this person as a human being. You know what I mean? Like that's just the point of this video, and the thought process going into it, and the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on that fact and be like, "Now sometimes you gotta enter the conflict." And it's like I'm having this debate within myself because I partially agree with it, but I partially agree with what I've always stood on, which is that it's better to just walk away from a situation and just feed into it. Like it's a feeling of I have these past traumas and I have these past experiences, and I have the foresight to know that this is gonna escalate very badly. So I'm just gonna walk away from it in order to prevent that. I like to think that's been my energy. And in conclusion, I feel like I have little to no regrets on it. I mean, maybe a little, but like, none that I'm beating myself up over for like not engaging in conflict. Like I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with who I am in that essence. I think a lot of my anxiety now, just as a human being, as a person, is tied to the potential threat of like conflict. And I'm like telling myself like, oh, this shit could go horribly wrong or bad, or this could spiral out of control, and then this whole other thing. I'm just telling myself, for my mental sake, for like to keep my anxiety at like a calm breeze, is like, let me just not engage in that. But I have this like debate within myself that I can't live that life forever. Like I'm in a reality that the conflict is inevitable, 100%. Like you can't avoid conflict. It'll come to you whether you want it to or not. And I wonder the way that I'm handling these situations. Like, will I have to change the method up? Will I have to be more confrontational? I hope not, but maybe that's just a part of life. Try not to be so fucking negative about it, though. I'll try not to be a deputy downer and shit. That's life. It is what it is. Let me know how you feel about it if you ever watch this video. Peace and love to you. Be straight.
Yeah, heard they tryna try me out there. Yeah, I would put the game on my back, bitch, I carry it. I love the trap so much, I ain't married. Talk tough, but they don't never come around.